This is Fort Alden. Fort Alden is smack in the hill of Port Maria. 1760 was the beginning of the Tacky rebellion, and here was where it started. Here was where Tacky and his band of men came across from frontier through the Padgy Beach, through across the river and up the hill to where the garrison fort was. And here was where they commandeered the muskets, the gunpowder, the pistols, and all that was necessary for them to launch a campaign against slavery. Last year was the 10th anniversary of us, the Tacky Heritage Group, that is. I'm chairman of the Tacky Heritage Group, thus a group of people from the parish. Last year was the 10th anniversary. We did the 10th anniversary walk, which was coincidentally a social media walk because it was focused on social media through my Facebook page, Prince Black X Simpson Robinson. And only this year we were sponsored by no other than Mr. Chris Blackwell, and we did a walk around the island, which is a pending documentary movie. So it has gained a lot of traction, so to speak. It started when, having looked at the history and looked at it where it was now, we decided that Tacky need a movement to enhance what was done in 1760. Yes, there is a Tacky High School up in Gale. Yes, there is a Tacky monument at the Port Maria Library in Port Maria itself. And also, most importantly, the Tacky Falls, because it's that folklore of him disappearing over the falls that has keep that story alive and vibrant in the minds of every St. Mary person. So it took to let it get to another dimension, more touching on this generation and the next through us. Because remember, a big part of the national hero status is how do you influence the now generation. And so we are shown that Tacky is indeed influencing the now generation, my generation, the generations after me. And what we will do will stand as a monument for him to influence the generations to come. Thus we begin with the walk. It was Arnold Bircham who said at the time when they were looking at naming an additional 2 heroes, it was tit for tat between Tacky and Sam Sharp. They went with Sam Sharp because they thought he was more popular and there were more people involved in his rebellion. And that is understandable. I mean, when we look at all the national heroes, Sir Buster, Father Norman, they have their parties that stands today. Marcus Garvey, he has the UNIA. And of course, it was a really Herculean effort by Mr. Siago to ensure that he was there. Paul Bogle, well-known Baptist. George William Gordon, well, that's a tricky one because he was one of them. He was one of the legislators, and they know that they did not treat their friends well, so he had to be there. When we look at Sam Sharp, another Baptist, Nanny of the Maroon had the Maroon. Tacky had no vivid movement to lobby on his behalf. Even though the Tacky Rebellion was the rebellion that influenced the Haitian Revolution, and we could see the blueprint of that all over. And even though the Tacky Rebellion had the most impact on slavery at the time when there was no move afoot to end slavery, Tacky started it all.
How you compare Bob Marley now with Tacky? Who you think should be the ideal person out of them to be a national hero at this time?
I was asked that on Smile Jamaica TVJ by Neville Bell. And my answer was it would be most unfortunate because both men has done their thing in their time. But let us not lose sight of the fact that Tacky was first, and the first was forgotten, and the first need to be recognized. Yes, there's a lot more to be done on this property. There a lot more can be done on this property. Just today I was in touch with a social media friend of mine, and I was reminding him that Jamaica's tourism is not about servitude. It's not subservient. It is our culture, our life being shared by others at home and abroad. So as long as we get to realize that each person in Jamaica is an entrepreneur tourism product, then we'll begin to move afoot in that direction. We tend to look at tourism as something else, something for the government, something for other people, and we just be a part of it. We are the tourism that the people come to enjoy.